So for Jane Austen, I'm actually seeing that she was quite an emotional person. I don't know if she was a water sign, potential water sign, but just a very kind of emotional person. I'm also seeing like a strong connection to a stable man in her life. This feels like it could be her father. Could also be like an older brother who was just very kind of fatherly or caring towards her. There's a specifically strong connection there between them. I do see that she really enjoyed working. She enjoyed writing. She enjoyed putting effort into things. She enjoyed that, but I do see some like feeling. I don't know if other people were putting this on her or if she put this on herself actually, but it's almost like this like burden that she put on herself, I think, once she started to make some money from her work. Like it was, she appreciated it and it made her feel good, but I do see a kind of like a burden that she put on herself to make more, to take care of people. I feel like she also really appreciated, or at least desired, stability in her life. I do think that she kind of saw like her earnings or what she could potentially do career-wise from her writing as being a potential way to get some more stability in her life. I feel like she was pretty frugal as well, actually, in life, because she, desired stability and she knew that if she was spending money all over the place, that would go against that kind of desire that she had. I really feel like she viewed money as being, this is how I'm stable. She viewed money as stability. I know that she never got married in her life. I think she was engaged at one point, or like there was some sort of romance at some point for her, but I don't know a whole lot about the man. But I'm seeing here, I feel like there was a man in her life, potentially someone who worked in like the law, like a judge, solicitor, someone like that, someone who works in the law, that she had a strong connection to. I don't actually know if this one is known though. I don't know if this one is like known by the public, because the Four of Pentacles is making me think it was something that she kept to herself. So I don't know if that's public knowledge, but it's just coming up here that there's some sort of romantic connection to someone who worked in the kind of law, that sort of field. It's also showing here, I mean, I already know she was close with her family. That's just what this is showing here as well. She loved her family. She's very close with her family. And I feel like she just didn't want to leave her family. She didn't want to leave home. And there's almost like this thing that's coming up here of like, this like feeling or thought of like, if I go further with relationships, if I get married, if I do you know, if I get married and have my own family, I'm gonna have to leave home. I'm gonna have to leave my family, and that was like the end of the world to her. She didn't want to do that. So I think a big part of her decision to not get married in her life was because she didn't want to be away from her family. She didn't want to leave her family. I don't think she ever really truly believed that she would make any money at all. So it was pretty surprising to her when she did. I still see this like fear of poverty, and I do see that kind of fear, that idea of poverty kind of fueled her to take action. It fueled her creativity. It fueled her to write and do more, because she'd never wanted to be kind of poor, helpless. I feel like she actually kind of dreamed of buying pretty things, pretty dresses, pretty things, but she never did that in her life. She'd dream and kind of fantasize about these things, but I don't think she ever allowed herself to use any money to buy things like that for herself. Okay, this is kind of strange, but there's something here about like a child, like a young, I mean, I know she didn't have children, so I'm assuming this is just like a young family member, niece, nephew, cousin, something like that. But there's something here about a younger than her at least, family member, that I feel like there was some manipulation around her image or her works after her death. I know that kind of frequently happened with writers. Like I know with like the Brontes, there were situations like that, where family kind of messed with manuscripts and like public image of writers after they passed. So this is kind of giving that. It's like someone in the family, younger than her, that she liked in life, she was close to, changed things or manipulated things a bit after her death. Yeah, this is just kind of confirming that potential water sign man. It does kind of feel like it was probably a man. Yeah, they just didn't share the whole truth about her. They kept a lot of things to themselves, which isn't really surprising for the time period. They kept a lot of information to themselves and they just weren't entirely truthful with the public. I feel like whoever this person was, I don't know why this has like switched a lot of focus from her to this person right now, but whoever this person was, I feel like they were either in control of her her like works or her estate or her, I don't know exactly what it's called. I guess it would be her estate after her death, or they had some sort of control over it after her death. But I don't see them as being like incredibly emotionally connected to her work. Once again, just like them saying, not having a deep connection to her work or her creativity. But I also don't feel like they were an incredibly creative person themselves, and kind of less emotional than she was. And once again, this is just saying that they weren't entirely truthful with some things after she died. But yeah, that's kind of what I see for Jane Austen. I've never done a reading like this before, so hopefully this was, you know, what people wanted to see when they requested a reading on her. But yes, thank you for watching, and that is it.